Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So thanks so much for having me, guys. I'm really excited to chat to everyone about what we're doing at Reflect AI and also how we are working in the AI space. So a little bit about us. We are an AI-powered health and fitness app. So basically what we do is we provide workouts for our users, whether they're made from specialists in the health and fitness space, or whether they use our AI to create bespoke and personalized workouts for themselves. We also have a 24/7 AI assistant coach for the coaches and the clients on our app, so to help them with all of their health and fitness needs. We also use things like machine learning for our 3D body tracking, and this really helps our users make sure that they're moving correctly, getting everything out of their workout that they need. And it really filters in nicely to the work that we do with rehab specialists in terms of injury prevention. So when we work with rehab specialists, they use our app, they put their rehab program on for their clients. And because of all our AI tech, they're able to ensure that their clients have 24/7 access to health and support guidance, but also they're able to do things like virtual assessments or pre-appointment assessments because of our 3D body tracking. So basically, what we want to look at is the current states of AI in healthcare to make sure that we are hitting all of these points. There are three main trends that we're seeing right now in digital healthcare, especially regarding AI. That is personalization, preventative care, and having access to things like virtual health assistants. So with personalization, we're seeing that a lot of, especially the younger generation, so specifically Gen Z, really want to have more personalized fitness routines, nutrition routines, and especially mental health routines as well. And because they're seeing that AI is really capable of analyzing these massive data sets and things like daily activity levels, physiological aspects of health and health records, we're really starting to see that we can really provide and create these personalized healthcare and wellness plans. And so that is definitely something that people want more of. Preventative care is also an interesting one. It's a trend that we're seeing a lot in the US and Canada, very much North America. And it really is changing that narrative of treating illnesses or injuries versus actually implementing daily habits that could prevent that. So it really is changing that narrative, and having AI predictive analytics to be able to do that is really game changing. And then obviously virtual health assistants. Anyone working in AI right now is using some kind of AI assistant. But especially in the digital healthcare space, this is really transforming the relationships between the users. And not only that, it's really allowing people to have access to health and fitness and wellness support when they didn't have access to that before, especially coming from a place like South Africa, where a vast majority of people don't have access to that kind of care. Being able to provide that is really game changing for us, at least. Obviously, when we're navigating this new space, there are obviously going to be challenges that arise. And the reason why we're all here is because we're finding opportunities and solutions to those challenges. So these are some of the challenges that we faced as Reflect. Obviously, data privacy is not a new one, but specifically with AI, having it be so expansive and having AI rely so much on large data sets to learn and grow and really evolve and adapt. This then brings the challenge of making sure that people's clients' data is private and is not being misused in any way, especially in the healthcare sector. There's a lot of sensitive health information that's going back and forth. So to make sure that that is all private and used correctly is definitely a challenge for startups in the space. Obviously, making sure that you are within the regulations for each landscape. There's so many different types of regulations per area. And so making sure that you are compliant with those regulations while keeping pace with the way that AI is so rapidly developing and moving forward is definitely a challenge as well. And a challenge that I would say is one of our biggest challenges is definitely around the ethics. So really making sure that the AI that we provide isn't replacing human specialists, but it's more allowing that advice and guidance to the people 24/7. So the way that we have really worked on those challenges is just making sure that we collect data only when the user gives us consent to. So for instance, with our AI coach, we can train it to sound like a coach. And the only way we can do that is making sure that they give us the information that they are happy with, and we are very transparent in terms of telling them how we're using that and making sure that all the data that we have is purely for their health and fitness benefits. Obviously, making sure we work close with legal counsel to make sure that we are operating within the legal standards, which just gives everyone peace of mind and is just the right thing to do. And like I said, ethics was probably our biggest challenge. And the way that we really dealt with that was making sure that we onboarded, rehab specialists as well as their ethics team so that they can constantly review the practice, especially around our AI assistant coach. So really what they do is they come and look at what questions we should block our coach from answering, what questions our coach can be answering for their users, and making sure that our coach really diverts and sends our users to seek healthcare professional guidance if the questions that they're asking is beyond the scope of what our AI should be answering. Like Nelson Mandela said, it really does fall upon a generation to be great, and the tech that we are all working with now is amazing, and it really is up to us to build that foundation properly so that the future generations can really benefit from that. And the best way that we can do that is through collaboration. So through things like sharing our data, sharing our research, making sure we're improving the algorithms, making sure that we're all contributing to the broader knowledge base of AI. Also things like tech integration, so integrating different platforms. So for instance, integrating the AI tech from Reflect into something like an Apple Health Kit to give users the best possible experience, and then just sharing resources and expertise as well. So what does the future look like for digital healthcare in the AI space? So what we can expect to see is a growth in the need for preventative health. This is again changing the narrative of implementing daily habits to prevent health challenges, and that's really showing that there is going to be a massive spike in longevity as well if this is the way that we go. Personalization, like I said, especially with the younger generation, they see that the tech is out there, that it's able to do that, and they want that. And it's really great because then each person can have their specific needs catered to. We see this a lot as well in some of the people that we work with, disability people, people in lower economic situations. Being able to provide that for them is amazing. And that goes into accessibility as well, having healthcare accessible to wider populations. This is something that Reflect is also rolling out in South Africa, and being in a space where there's so much potential for that and there's so much good to be done with that is really exciting, and we're excited to be at the forefront of that. And then obviously mental health care, that really falls in line with everything that encompasses digital health and wellness. How can we prepare for this? So we can work on educating and training specialists in their fields, whether that's doctors, psychologists, tech specialists, just really showing them how they can use AI to better promote and use their services. Talk to them about the capabilities of AI, the limitations, and how to use it properly. Obviously, staying within ethical guidelines, that's a necessity, and that's going to be an interesting one to kind of grow with as well. Collaboration, whether that's collaborating with other AI startups, collaborating with specialists in certain fields that aren't necessarily in tech, or even with policymakers to make sure that everyone rolls out AI in the best way possible. And then really just encouraging a culture of innovation. This is something that we definitely see working with people in the US and London, like you guys mentioned. That is a big hub for AI, but it's really encouraging people to be willing to adapt new technologies while still staying cemented in the changing landscape of digital health and wellness. I think that is a very, very important one. So thank you so much for listening. If you want to get in touch with us in terms of collaborations, learning more about what we do, or just having a good chat about AI, this is where you can find us.
Awesome. So that was good. That was good. So we'll have our follow-up questions on that. And Fazil, I believe you're next.
Yeah, 100%. Let me share my screen. So for me, I don't have a deck. I'm gonna be very practical with you guys. I'm gonna give you some, you guys and the